Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's Settle Down. I hope that's what you guys are doing right now. Episode 3. I think I'm doing pretty good. Did you guys like my intro? Me and Roman filmed that the other day. It was really fun. Um, I love a little drone action. So does Roman. So that was really fun to make. And I hope you guys really liked it. We were thinking about like switching it up seasonally or whatever, you know. But that was fun to make. I hope everyone is having a great day today. It is Mother's Day when I'm posting this, so hug your mama, hug your mother, and shout out to all those single moms out there who do both. I respect all of you. My mom is a single mom, and she does it all. She's my superhero. So happy Mother's Day, Mom. I love you. And yes, hug your moms out there. Shout out to the mothers. I don't know how y'all do it, to be honest. I really don't. But I respect the crap out of every single mom out there who mother. Because I know that there are mothers out there that don't deserve the title of mother. And I'm sorry if you go through that. So, but it's all right. Didn't mean to get deep on you, but happy Mother's Day is what I'm trying to say there. But yeah, so I think I want to start off with why is my voice so shaky? I will say that last week felt more rough than this week. I think this week was a little bit more free flowing. There was a day I just couldn't do it. There was a day I just did not feel good. Okay, but you'll have days like that. And I'm feeling much better. At the end of the day, I'm still productive and we're still slaying. I didn't even put on my lip gloss, guys. What? Hold on. I just dry lips. I just can't do it. I just cannot do it. Anyways. So yeah, I hope everyone had a great week this week. This week was a little less rough than last week, which is good. I'm trying to stay positive, but it just feels like time flies. Like in the day, I blink and it's 2 p.m. Like I wanted to film this way earlier today, but guess what? Where did time go? I feel like I started my day decently early today, and it's dang 4 p.m. Where does time go? I really feel like it's flying. Therefore, I do feel like it's very important to enjoy the moment and be in the moment because you just never know. It could be tomorrow in an hour. So that's just how I feel. Um, yeah, I don't know. Like, I think I'm gonna jump into like some little tidbits of the week, some things that I want to talk about from my week, and then we're gonna get a little deep on them. I think that's just like kind of where my head's at. I kind of want to get a little deep. So, let's see. I did some room switching last week. So the cats do have their own little sanctuary. Okay. And every morning I was moving the litter box, just housing situations, circumstances. I needed a second litter box. Also, if you have a cat, stainless steel litter box, please. Okay. The scratches in those plastic litter boxes will just the bacteria, you just can't clean those bad boys very well. So, definitely make sure you're doing the metal, the stainless steel, because it's way easier to clean. Why do I have these on? So yeah, so I had to get a second litter box. That's what I did. Me and Roman went to, and I'm going to say Roman a lot. Roman is my brother, and he's on last episode, brother reveal. And I hope you guys enjoyed seeing his wonderful face. But me and Roman went to go to PetSmart to get this second litter box for the cat's little sanctuary because you know what? They take up my whole life, okay? My cats boss me around. They tell me what to do, okay? They wanted a second litter box and they wanted a sanctuary. They got it, baby. They got it. And yeah, so these cats boss me around. Anyways, so we're at PetSmart and we pick up the litter box. Perfect. Also, why is a stainless steel litter box $35? But it's fine because you don't want plastic. Anyways, we're shopping around and Roman goes, "Do you want to look at the kittens?" Of course, I want to go look at the kittens. I love looking at the kittens and saying hey to them. And, I love looking at the kittens. We walk into the little room that the kittens are in, the adoptable kittens. Adopt, don't shop, if you will. First off, it stinks in there, but they can't help it. Okay. They're just looking for a home, a forever home. And anyways, I'm like holding my breath, but we're looking at all the kittens and they're so cute. Like they're all so cute. I'm like, I don't need another one. Honestly, I wasn't even like, oh my God, give me all these kittens because I know what it's like. I have two of my own and I just cannot go through that. So it was kind of easy just to be like, I'm not getting one. Anywho, that's not even the point. We go up to this one cage, and this cage has like 5 kittens in one. So it's like a litter in one little area. And I love reading the names. I love reading the names of the kittens, okay? So we come across this one and it's got all of them in there, and I loved their names, and I really wanted to share the names with you. The names were, and I need to reference this, Allegra, Claritin, Zyrtec, Benadryl, and Pollen. And I just thought I got a hoot out of that, honestly. I thought that was great. I thought that was great for this season. It's a very seasonal name. Imagine like, oh, give me Zyrtec. Which one's Zyrtec? Like that is so cool. Anyways, I just want to know who names them, who names it, and I want to be friends with whoever named those cats because that was so funny. I love funny names for cats. I just think it's hilarious. Or like a cat with a human name. I think we all think that's pretty fun. Like John, I don't know. But anyways, so that was my PetSmart experience. And also me and Roman we spend a lot of time together. Okay. Roman is my only friend, to be honest. And in the sense of like we do everything together because we are in under the same roof. So we love doing things together. So we have this obsession with caprese sandwiches, however you say it. I don't even know. I change every time I say it to say a different way, but um those sandwiches, the mozzarella, the cherry tomatoes, the basil, and grilled chicken and sourdough. We have such an obsession, and it's just you guys need to try it. If you and basically this is why I'm bringing it up is that I can't gatekeep it. Like I just can't. Go get you a caprese sandwich, and honestly, if it has grilled chicken on there, peak. They also sell some like flatbreads with the same ingredients. I don't know. All I'm saying is that we literally have an obsession with pesto and basil and cherry tomatoes and grilled chicken and mozzarella and sourdough. All of it together is just like perfect and beautiful, and it just melts right in your mouth if you have it the right way, if you have the right one. So I just want everybody to go out and try one this week. And if you do, let me know. I hope you like it. And Roman was the pickiest eater ever. So I don't want to hear it. I want you picky eaters. I want you picky eaters to try it. And your mouth will explode with flavor. Like, I'm not even joking. Okay, and on the same topic of me and Roman doing everything together, this one specific clothing store called Bat Cave near us. It's a local thrifted shop. I'm pretty sure that's the best way I can describe it is it has the coolest clothes ever. So this has been long anticipated. Like me and Roman, mainly Roman, they've been keeping up with this shop for a while. Like before it opened, them painting, setting up and everything and like marketing it. We've been keeping up with this place and we could not wait. They sell like alternative Y2K clothes. Like, I love that style and everything about it. Roman looks so good in the clothes. Like, we were so excited for this to open the Bat Cave. And the reason why I'm raving about it so much is because I'm in a town surrounded by Southern Belle boutiques. That is not my style. I'm sorry. And I'm not hating on anybody who dresses like Lily Pulitzer and Lululemon, whatever, stuff like that. Like Southern Belle Boutique. I'm pretty sure, look it up. big earrings, like what is it? Scaled scalpel what is it called? Literally I don't even know what it's called. That style. Whatever. Not my style at all. So it was really exciting. It was new, it was huge. We do not have a store like this in this town. So it was insane that they implemented this into this town. It was a genius move. And then that means you get all the alternative Y2K style dressers, people, the cool alternative people. You get all of them in one place and you're like, I didn't even know they existed in this town. Where do you guys where have you guys been? Truly, because everyone is so cool there. And it just brought all of those people in one place and it was really amazing to see, and they did such a good job. It's ran by like 20 something year olds. So I thought that was awesome. And everyone with an extremely unique sense of style, they're all working together making this thrifted store thrive. You walk in, they're giving tarot card readings right up front. I think that is so cool, so unique, and so personable. So, yeah, you can find some really cool pieces there. So that's where me and Roman went this week, and it was quite the experience. We also went with his friend Miles. Shout out Miles. We all found some really cute pieces. I actually got this shirt from there. I don't know what it says. I didn't even read it. But yeah, Roman got some really cute clothes there as well. I'm just happy. In the midst of all these Southern Belle boutiques, Hidden Gem, Batcave, and if you're listening to this and you're local, please go check it out if you dress like that. But yeah, that was a super cool experience. But I was going to mention some things that I've discovered online, okay? My little online bit here. But I didn't really find anything this week besides this one girl who decided to make it a challenge to go on a 50-day bender. Girl. Girl, that was me unintentionally for 3 years. What do you mean you're trying to make a challenge out of drinking every day for 50 days? It's like, oh, day 15 of drinking every single day, day 15 of my 50-day bender. No, let's not. And I had some thoughts about that. Let's not do that. How about? I'm easily influenced from things online. And it's just not cool. It's not a cool challenge. Let's drink every day for 50 days. Do you understand what it does to your body? I get it. I get it. And I'm allowed to speak on this, okay? Because I have seen the health issues that I have gone through just from drinking for 3 years, okay? That is not even a full college term. Okay, there are people who drink every day in college or party every weekend on college, even every weekend. Still harmful. And I'm not going to sit here and be like, don't drink, but don't make it a challenge or a trend to drink for 50 days straight because it takes 15 days to form a habit. I don't know. Alcohol is extremely addictive. And I just wanted to say that that's not cool. Let's not make that a thing. And it wasn't cute. I mean, there were people that were commenting and stitching and whatever the video, and they were like, please don't do this. Like, I lost my friend from this. I lost my husband from this. Like, cirrhosis of the liver at 20 something years old. It's a thing, guys. Like, it's literally a thing. And all I'm saying is the problem I have is I don't want that to be a trend or romanticized or think it's a fun challenge because by all means, do the 50-day bender challenge and then go get blood work done. Go get your blood work done after that challenge. And then you're really going to be like, ooh, you will be depleted of everything. So I just wanted to say that I saw that that girl was doing that and I was like, I really hope she stopped. I didn't check up on her or anything like that. I just immediately was like, nah, not cute. So that was kind of my week. This week flew by. I like couldn't even tell you like unless I looked at my journal like what I did. That just happens to me sometimes. I like black out. And then it's like time to sit down and talk about it. And I'm like, that week flew by. I mean, time just for some reason, the older you get, like the faster time flies. But that was my week. I hope you guys had a good week. I think I already said that, but I really do. But anyways, I wanted to talk about how I've been feeling lately because I feel like some of you guys could relate. Every morning I do morning pages, okay? And I wanted to share what that is first. So morning pages, it's literally like you wake up in the morning and then you write what you're thinking, you brain dump, and it really just kind of like sets your day off. Like you pull everything, like, when you wake up, I don't know if this is everybody, but you wake up and your thoughts are like, oh my God, I have to do this, I have to do that. Or like, I'm feeling like heavy this morning, whatever. It's basically a way to just like wake up, put it all out of your brain and on paper. Okay. So I was doing that this morning, and it could be for me like a couple sentences or 2 pages. It really just depends on how I'm feeling that morning. But I wanted to share what I wrote this morning because it's kind of along the same lines of like what I want to talk about today. So here we go. This is what I wrote. I don't feel stuck per se because I am progressing very slowly, but I feel daunting feelings about the work I have to put in to get there. Where is there exactly? I'm not sure I will ever find that. It's easy to envision a tangible form, but who knows if I will ever get there on a mental level. I am constantly changing, being changed the more I experience and wisdom I gain. I guess it was way more important to fall in love with the journey than the end result. And that's just what I'm trying to do. Fall in love with the journey of life, appreciate these experiences along the way, and be in the moment because we all know tomorrow is not promised. And that is the best way I can describe it. That was just me putting my thoughts down this morning. And I guess here lately, I've just been feeling a little sense of self doubt. And I think everybody does here and there, some more than others. And I think I'm just feeling self doubt a little bit because it's hard for me to be able to see the end result. I'm a very ambitious person. I have very like huge goals to accomplish, and those goals take time and take hard work. And these days in this world with, you know, social media and quick dopamine boosts and everything, attention span and patience is a problem in this world, I think. And I struggle with that sometimes. I struggle with the patience part. You have to be patient. I think I see more of like what I have to like do to get there rather than the end result. And then for me, that's just so overwhelming to think about that whenever I see the end result, I'm like, it's hard to even see that because of what I have to do to get there. I mean, I'm talking years, you know, and that's a little intimidating because I'm a little impatient. I'm like, I know that I have potential, and this is for every aspect of my life. This is not even like this, you know what I mean? This is so I can get it all out and connect. But yeah, I just struggle seeing the end result because of everything that I had to do to get there. I think is what I'm trying to say, and it makes me doubt myself a little bit because I'm like, why am I putting so much pressure on myself when I am progressing? You know, progression, slow, fast, it's still progression. And I'm not going backwards. And I am in a completely better, secure place than I was before. I have a way better mindset than I had before, and that's progression, that's growth. But I don't give myself credit for that. I don't give myself enough credit. And I think it is truly important to see your small wins and to give yourself credit along the way because then it makes it seem a little bit more worth it. And I know I'm not alone in that, which is why I want to express that because I don't want you guys to feel like you're alone in that either. It's perfectly fine to feel stuck or whatever in your 20s. Totally normal. We are just trying to figure it out, especially with if you get into like the politics and the economy, the economic scale of it all, goals are a little bit harder to reach for us. And, if you're in your 20s, but just keep pushing. And I guess what I'm trying to say, and you can as well if you relate, just try to enjoy the journey of it because you get to work hard. You know what I mean? I try to look at it as like, I don't have to work hard. I get to work hard because I have the opportunity to do so. Whatever. I have the mindset. Not a lot of people have this mindset. So you got to take advantage of that and run with it and reach your goals. Especially if, like, on the inside you feel that you have the potential and you are thinking like this, do something with it, you know? And that kind of leads me into kind of what I want to talk about when it comes with discipline. How important discipline and structure is in your life. I think that is extremely important to have because I'm talking about screw the end result. What matters now is what you can do today, tomorrow, this week in order to reach that bigger goal. Instead of just dwelling on that end result, which is what I struggle with personally. Let's enjoy the process. Let's structure and give ourselves a little discipline in order to actually reach that goal. So I kind of want to set it up in a way of like, we all, for the most part, went to middle school, went to high school. We woke up at 7, 8 a.m. and we went to school for 7 hours. And then some of us had practice for 2 hours after school. That's discipline. We did that every day. 5 days. We did that every day. And so that just shows that we are building a foundation of discipline. Now in our adulthood, think about you have to wake, you got work at 8 or you got work at 9 a.m. You wake up for work. You wake up at 7 a.m. or however long it takes for you in the morning. You wake up early and you get your butt just to work because you have to, right? That's discipline because you need your job, you need money, whatever. And not everyone has jobs, not everyone finished school, whatever. It doesn't even matter. If whatever pertains to you, use it in your situation, okay? But that's discipline because you have to make money, right? What about doing it for yourself? What about if you don't have work or school? Why don't you get up at 8 a.m. and start your day? Why don't you get up and enjoy and have the most of your day? You did it for school because you had to. You do it for work because you have to. Why don't you do it for yourself? Why don't you wake up, start a routine for yourself? Wake up at 8 a.m. every day and immediately just like write down what you need to do for the day. Or even if you just want to have a little bit more of your day instead of sleep in until 12 and then be like, oh my, groggy and stuff. Why don't you show up for yourself and you make a routine and you structure your life in such a way to where you feel that you're getting the most out of life that you can. And I've learned that. I've learned that because I have slept, for years I was like sleeping until 3 p.m. And then feeling like crap and all that stuff. Like I've been there. And I know how important and I know the differences between that lifestyle and the one that I live now. I'm not saying I'm perfect because I don't drink. And I don't want anybody to think that, okay? Because there are people that are like, oh, you're sober now. You're sober now. Like, I don't put myself any higher than any of you guys. Like, I don't put myself higher. If you don't have a problem with drinking, then whatever. Then you're fine. You're in the clear, whatever, like, whatever. I don't hold myself up there. No. I'm just saying that the lifestyle that I live now, I feel like I get so much more out of it because I'm not slowly killing myself anymore. So I just had to get that out of the way because some people think that that I think of myself in such a way now that I'm sober. Absolutely not. I'm not perfect. I still I don't know. I don't know. I still don't have everything down to a T. I'm still not where I want to be in life. But like I said in my morning pages entry, what if I get to where I want to be in life, I'm still going to want more. I'm still not going to be satisfied. I'm still not going to feel like I'm living up to my full potential. And that's what I struggle with. I struggle with giving myself credit for what I have already accomplished. And see, I'm already telling you, like, I don't hold myself up there, but that's besides the point. But what the point that I'm trying to get at here is that people do not lack discipline. They are just addicted to the comfort. Okay. And I have done some things out of my comfort zone for sure. Like I've done huge things that terrify me, but it's for the better. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't lack discipline. You are addicted to comfort. You're addicted to where you're at. You don't lack motivation, you lack structure. You're not lazy, you're just mentally overloaded. And that's what I'm trying to get here is that, oh, I don't have the motivation to do this. Well, that doesn't matter. If you have structure in your life and you set yourself this routine, you're going to thrive off of that. It's literally structure over your feelings. Okay? You need to put your structure and your routine first, no matter how you feel, because motivation is very inconsistent. Step one to even creating that is setting a structured system up for yourself. It's system over feelings, period. So what I'm saying is make things easier, not harder. Grab a planner or whatever you need to do. It really is a case by case basis, whatever situation or circumstances are going on in your life, whatever your goals are. Ultimately, structuring your life is going to give you a more fulfilling life. It's going to make you feel like you are working towards something. If you feel stuck, you need to give yourself something to work towards. And I say this all the time: if you're feeling stuck, challenge yourself, period, or else you're going to spiral and get into this field of depression, and you're going to not feel worth it. You're going to have self-doubt, and that's what I struggle with right now is just doubting myself. But we're working on it. At least we know. It's important to get a little bit of emotional awareness about how you're feeling and then start there. But in the sense of making things easier, not harder, structure your life. Start by getting a planner. And if you're not a paper person, write it down on your phone. Be like, okay, if I can wake up for 8 a.m. at school every day or for work every day, my days off, I'm going to keep that structure. Get a planner, write down what you need to do. It sounds mundane, but make a to-do list for yourself, because small wins matter. If you're crossing things off your to-do list, that's structure. You're filling your days up with things that matter. Working on your goals matter more than doom scrolling. Working on your goals matter more than sitting and sleeping your day away or being a couch potato. Get up and move your body. Go for a walk if you're able. That is so important. Go outside and literally touch grass. Because more than ever, we need a generation of mentally sane people. And I'm just here to try to at least help one person get their sanity in check. But anyways, structure is very important. I'm not even lying to you. If you feel lost, if you feel like you don't have a path, you need to sit down and think of a path. And if it's easier said than done, start with a routine, a daily routine, healthy habits, gain some healthy habits. Look some up. Look some up if you don't chat. Everyone uses chat. So be like, hey, chat, how can I structure my life? It's all about being intentional. Okay. If you wake up and you have the intention of just sleeping your day away, and then you question, why am I depressed? Girl, look at your routine if you even have one. I'm just really putting emphasis on the structure part of things. Overall confidence comes with consistency. So your small wins that you check off this to-do list every single day, or you're completing these little small goals that you set for yourself. I don't know, you learn a new hobby, you get really good at a new hobby. That's a goal that you set for yourself. Therefore, you work every day towards it. You check that off, and you keep promises to yourself, and consistency equals confidence, vice versa. You will get more confident in yourself because you are making these little promises to yourself, and you're like, dang, I'm doing good things for myself. And I think that is important as well. And as far as the structure part, where do I start? What do I put in my planner, Sarah? Well, if you are a corporate baddie or whatever, and you're like, oh, I want to reach the top, climb that ladder, girl. You're already in the corporate climate. Why would you be comfortable there? People are addicted to comfort. We need to get out of that comfort zone, because that's where success lives, outside of your comfort zone, okay? Success lives out of your comfort zone. And a closed mouth does not get fed. But anyways, you want to get in a higher position to your job. Well, write down your steps of what you can do. Okay, what connections can you make? What networking needs to go on in order to reach that goal? Write it down. Type it out. But the first thing is that you've got to want it for yourself. Okay, it is so possible. You've got to want it for yourself. You got to be intentional. You got to be like, okay, if I really want, you got to work towards it. You got to put the work in, okay? It's hard to be depressed, okay? But it's also hard to get to the top. So choose your hard, baby. Choose your hard. And don't do it for anybody but yourself, okay? I don't care what other people think of me. They're like, "Oh, go to your little YouTube channel." Well, happily, gladly, because you know what? I'm being intentional, and I'm trying to share these things with other people. I gladly will. I gladly will go to my YouTube channel. I will say whatever I want, okay? Because I'm being genuine here. Like my path, clinical psychology, okay? That's where I'm going. That's where I'm going. And what I do to structure is I break down what I need to do to get there, and I'm doing it. And it is important to have hobbies and things to focus on and work on, which is this right here is one of my hobbies. And look at me. I'm doing it. It's clearing my head mentally, and I'm also reaching certain people that this could help. Okay? This can help people. And that is mainly what I want to do. That is my career path. That's what I want. That's what I want to do. And if I can help somebody, gladly I will. If anybody wants to pull me aside and be like, tell me the worst thing you've ever experienced and what you've learned from it, girl, sit down and buckle up, because I gladly will. I am an open book. I'm not afraid to say anything, and I'm not obviously afraid to show myself and put myself out there. I have for years now, on and off. But I'm at that mental state right now where I'm like, this world needs help. And I'm small. I'm literally like this small, okay, on the internet. But if I can help one person, that's all that matters. But anyways, let's get back into it, okay? Let's get back into it. More structure equals less spiraling, okay? And that's what I have here. Overall better quality of life. If you're not spiraling, that's great. That is great. So if you have more structure in your life, you don't have time to spiral. Sometimes if you put too much on your plate, you might spiral a little bit. But good thing you've structured your life well enough to where you have created healthy habits for yourself to cope with that overwhelming feeling. And I'd say I'm pretty good at doing that. I kind of have a little bit of a system down. I know what I need to do in order to clear my head in a healthy way. So more structure, less spiral. And that is what I'm getting at today. And I want you to take this home with you. I do. Discipline is not about being perfect. It's about doing it even though you don't feel like doing it. Okay? You don't have to be perfect, but you need to show up for yourself even when you don't feel like it. You show up for big boss CEO corporate man, but you can't show up for yourself. You can't take care of yourself, but you'll show up and make somebody else's dreams come true working for them. But what are you going to do for yourself? And I want you to take that home with you. Okay, I'm sorry this is a really deep episode, but I've been feeling like I need to get that out there, because these are things, everything I'm telling you, I'm following. I'm 25 and I'm navigating life just as much as your average person. And as I am talking about this, I'm also taking it with me too. When it comes with structure, okay, everybody connects with people, okay, at your job, at school, friends, family. We're connecting with people every day, unless you just lock yourself in a room. We're connecting with people every single day, okay? And as you're structuring your life, okay, when you have that structure, it also matters a crap ton who you surround yourself with. And this is just a topic that I really feel like I need to get out, because I have learned so much from the people and different types of people that I have surrounded myself with, and how that affected me personally. So, like I said, I was a drinker, okay? I was an alcoholic. Well, I still am. Okay, I'm 2 years sober, and you're never gonna not be an alcoholic when you realize that you are one. I am forever on a sober journey, but that's besides the point. What the people that I used to hang out with when I was drinking, actively drinking, I was never gonna accomplish my goals around them. No, I was never gonna accomplish my goals around those people. If anything, I was crying in a stranger's living room wishing that I had better things for myself, wishing that I had a better life, wishing that I could be a better person in some random stranger's living room, drunk, wishing that I wasn't in the position that I was in. But then guess what? I would wake up the next morning and do it all over again. And I'm not blaming my own behavior and my drinking issues on them. I'm not blaming any of my behavior on those people that I was around. Okay? I just want to preface that. I actually had one of the most fun experiences, and I have created some of the most amazing memories with those people. Okay? It wasn't all depressing, okay, in my active drinking. I actually did some crazy stuff, some crazy cool stuff. Okay? I made some really fun memories, and memories that I can't wait to tell my future family one day if I have one. You know, I have some really fun and cool stories and experiences that I could share from hanging around those people. Okay? But I'm saying that is very short term, right? We have to look at long term, because if we don't, we're going to get comfortable. And that's what I'm trying to get at, is that yes, I can still create fun and amazing experiences, but I have to surround myself with people that are ambitious and that are just as driven as I am, because I was not going to accomplish the goals that I have, and have quite honestly have always had my entire life, these goals. I wasn't gonna do that with them. If you surround yourself with people with no ambition, no drive, no goals, then you're gonna mold into that lifestyle. If you're gonna hang around people that don't take care of themselves, you're not gonna take care of yourself. It really is, you are who you hang out with, okay? And there's this thing that I saw, and it was like, name me your 5 best friends and I'll tell you who you're gonna become. Something like that. Because you are going to be and mold into who you hang around with, especially if you're spending a lot of your time with them and you're creating plans around them and stuff like that. That you get bits and pieces from everyone that you connect with. So I think that is very important to pick and choose and make sure you're being smart about who you're surrounding yourself with, because a lot of people, even when it comes to like addiction and things like that, they don't even think about smoking crack. But if you're hanging around the wrong crowd and everybody's smoking crack, you'll get a little hit yourself. And then your life is ruined. So just think about that as an extreme. Obviously, I'm taking it to extreme, but sometimes we need the extreme in order to understand. You just become that lifestyle. You become that lifestyle, and I'm living proof. Okay, I say I'm living proof. I'm living proof of that. I would never speak about anything. I would never speak on something this passionately if I didn't experience it myself. So, I've never, when I was in middle school, I never thought, or middle school, if I was in like early high school, I was never thinking about shotgunning a beer. I hung around that crowd for a while. I was shotgunning like a pro. So that tells you anything. I don't know. But speaking of like crying in a stranger's living room, just being like, this is not the life I want for myself, and then waking up and starting over. That was my inner self being like, I know you have more potential than this. I've always known that I had so much more potential and I was just wasting it. I felt like wasted potential, and I think that is why I'm so hard on myself these days, is because I want to push myself. I'm so terrified of going back to how I used to live that I never feel satisfied with where I'm at. I could always do better. And so I think I just need to take it a little bit easy on myself, and you guys too. If you feel like you are truly working hard enough on your goals and you feel like you're not giving yourself enough credit, just slow down, settle down, and know that like you should be proud of yourself. If you've created healthy habits for yourself and you really truly feel like you're doing your best, give yourself a pat on the back, seriously, because you don't want to put too much pressure on yourself. I've always known in my active drinking that I had so much potential, and I still feel that I am wasted potential. And like, I know that sounds sad, but I just always know that I can do better. But sometimes we got to take it easy and dial it back and realize that you should enjoy the journey it takes to getting wherever you want to be. And even when you're where you want to be happy in that moment and don't take it for granted. Um, just you don't want to wish your life away, period. And that's just what I'm trying to say about that. And taking care of yourself too. I was surrounded by people that didn't take care of themselves. Obviously, I didn't take care of myself. I think it's just so important, the difference that I've seen actually taking care of myself mentally and physically. It is so important to take care of yourself and put yourself first. And be selfish. It's important to be selfish. Set your boundaries. And you don't want to live your life for someone else. You don't want to, if you don't want to conform, don't conform, you know? Oh, well, my family, don't conform to, you know what I mean? Live to, that's how you find out who you truly are. To be yourself. I don't know, like, cliche, cliche. But how are you ever going to truly feel like you are being yourself if you're living your life and making all your decisions on one person? Be your own person. Because do you take that person to the grave with you? Absolutely not. But that's even besides the point. Like, that's not even what I'm trying to get at. Okay. I'm talking so fast. I'm so sorry. I'm just talking. When I speak passionately, and I'm stuttering so bad right now, and I just need to settle down. Let's take a breath. Okay. The topic is right now is to take care of yourself. I mean, that's just enough said, right? You're making life 10 times harder on yourself if you are, just not taking care of yourself. You're making life 10 times harder for yourself. Be intentional about what you put in your body. If you don't like the way that you look and you don't feel confident, write down what goals and what little things you need to do and accomplish and complete in order to get there. For me personally, for an example, I want to gain some weight because for my height, whatever ratio, I'm considered underweight. And I already spoke about that in I think my first episode, that I'm trying to gain a little bit of weight. And I know people are like, slow down your metabolism, your metabolism is gonna slow down when you get older. Well, if I want to set a goal for my body, I'm going to set it, and I'm going to do the things, write down the things that I need to do in order to get there and reach that goal. So if you are not feeling confident, what goals do you need to do? What little tasks do you need to complete in order to feel confident in yourself instead of making it everybody else's problem? And insecurity and stuff. You don't want to make that other people's problem. People don't want to mess with you if you're insecure and you are mean to other people because you don't love yourself. People don't want to hang around that. So it starts with yourself. It starts with you structuring your own life. It starts with discipline. It starts with structure. It starts with all of these things. And look up ways that you can be confident. Type in your own circumstances at home and everything, your job, whatever you need to do in order to reach that goal of, okay, I'm confident. I'm confident in my skin, in myself, and I love myself. Therefore, I'm going to not take it out on other people. But anyways, if you wonder why you feel depleted all the time and swollen, but you party every weekend, take a look at that. If you feel that, your circulation's a little bit off, just kind of look inwards. What am I doing from a day-to-day basis that might be making me feel this way? Structure, huge. It's huge. It's a staple. And that is why I'm making it such a big part of this episode today. Things like that, preventable. Those feelings of, depletion, not being confident, that's all preventable. If you actually put in the work for yourself, it's preventable. And you can, and it is possible to get a grasp on yourself. So I'm sorry this has all been so serious today, but I'm very passionate about that. And I'm passionate about taking your life and your mental state that was literally in hell, okay, and then bringing it to life and doing things that make you happy, feeling confident in yourself, putting yourself out there into the world, and it's okay to do that because no one truly cares. Because if you took something from this episode today and you were like, damn, that was nice, that was good, and that's going to help me, that's my goal. And to get it all out there like a video diary almost. That's my goal there. I know I was like saying that this podcast wasn't going to be so serious all the time. But there are points and things that I want to make that I feel like will truly help to help. And if I seemed a little bit aggressive in some moments and it felt like I was yelling at you, I'm sorry. Um, I am just speaking passionately, and that's what I do. I get on a little ramble, I get in flow state, and then I sound like I'm yelling, and I don't want to make you feel that way. That's really all I had for this podcast. I want to thank you guys for being here and supporting me. I know some people in my life have come up to me and they've been like, "I've subscribed." And I'm like, "Thank you. I appreciate it." It just makes me feel so happy, and I just want to thank like whoever is like sitting here, if you've like already made it to the end of this video, like I just want to let you know that I really appreciate it, that this is something that I am passionate about. And you know, going into a field of clinical psychology, I think this is very important to have a base or something I can get these thoughts out from. I think that also with my continuing my education journey as I'm doing right now, I think it's very important to be able to sit down. This also helps with public speaking, if you didn't know, just to sit down and get it all out there. So, because therapists need therapists too, and that is just how life goes. I hope everyone has a great week. Happy Mother's Day again to all you mommies out there, all you mommies and mothers, period. I hope that everyone has a great week. I hope you took something home from this episode. I hope that you really set goals for yourself and start to work on structure in your life. And it's okay. We're all imperfect people, and we have to realize that too. It's just start inward, okay, and just try to structure your life a little bit. I don't know. That's the best way I can describe it. I have not perfected that at all, but we're trying. We're trying. Thank you guys so much for settling down with me today. I cannot wait to see you next week. And if you have not already, go ahead and subscribe for me. Show me some love, okay? Hopefully I give you that back by these videos. So, thank you guys. I will see you guys in next week.